Hello everyone and welcome to NEET Mentor. In this video we are going to talk about the current progress of the counseling, why the counseling is on hold and what is the next step in the Supreme Court which we can expect, what may be the how much more delay we can expect. Okay. So the situation is more chaotic. Okay, it's not that simple that is pending due to the court case only. There are some other matters which we'll discuss in this session today. Before that, if you are new here, please do subscribe this channel and follow this channel until your counseling. It will help you a lot, and we believe in giving you point to point information, not discussing anything which doesn't make any sense. And you can visit our website. You can look through the paid counseling packages. In some packages we take care of your complete counseling process, and everything is done from our side. Okay. And the charges also you have to pay in the split, some before and some after getting the seat. So for that also you can look through our paid counseling packages in the website, and you can join our Telegram group, WhatsApp groups, so that anything which is important you don't miss out. Right now what is happening, many of the candidates are thinking that the counseling is not happening at all, there is no progress because Supreme Court case going on, only registration started. But will hit you back when you are in the second round. You will realize that you didn't do the registration where you should have done. Candidates are doing the registration in the states they want the seat, not in the states they are going to get the seat. There is so much of difference between what you desire and what you get. You should be more focused on what you get. Okay. Everybody will desire good branches, but if you're not targeting the it in the realistic or practical way, some time later you will realize that you have done the mistake which is not recoverable. Okay, that's other thing. Now the point here is 5 states, okay, Tamil Nadu and other 5 states have put a hold on their state level counseling. Why this? They have started the registration, they have initiated the registration and closed the registration as well. They are not able to publish the merit list. There is one issue, in service candidates. For the in service candidates, they need to provide the incentive score, intensive bonus, okay, starting from 10%, 20% up to 30%. So in the last years, how they used to calculate their state merit as per the incentive plus their actual score. Okay, so they would know the score, how much score candidate has got. Okay, and based on that 20% or 30% they add it. So now their improved score, their final aggregate score they would know, and based on the final score they would calculate the state merit where you stand now. Okay, now the problem here is the candidates do not have a score, they have just correct incorrect questions, and based on that you individually can calculate your score, and even state authorities also can calculate the score. But now problem here is, even you have the score and you give the incentive based on the score, so how would you able to calculate their percentile or ranking? Because the score that candidate achieved in the shift 1 is different from the score that the candidate with the candidate who score in the second shift. Okay, so the state authorities are looking for a normalized score from the NB side, that they must publish a normalized score. They have published the normalized percentile, normalized ranking, but they must publish the normalized score also. It means they don't want like score in the shift 1 and score in the shift 2 for particular candidate. They want that okay, everyone must be given a score, a normalized score. So scores versus rank mapping. Okay, based on the normalized score they give the incentive, and the aggregate final score would be the would be the criteria to decide the state level merit for the in-service candidates. Okay, that's where there is back and forth communication between NBE and state authorities. So state authorities has written to NBE, okay, that we need normalized score of the candidates and the declared percentile and rank of students. Okay, so they are saying that we have written to NB seeking a student's score. Without a score, it would be difficult for us to conduct the counseling, particularly for in-service candidates. Okay, it came from the Director of Medical Education from Tamil Nadu. Okay, and a state offers up to 30% incentive for in-service candidates working in hilly areas, in difficult terrains, and all the remote areas and rural areas. Okay, so the state have their own protocol to distribute the seats. Okay, now NB is saying, okay, that students, it is difficult to calculate the normalized score considering this normalization process, so they won't be able to give it. Okay, and they, on top of that, NMC officials are saying that they have already announced a new guideline for the admissions. Okay, what is that guideline? The postgraduate medical education regulation 2023, that PG MER regulation 2023 do not permit states to offer incentive for in-service candidates. This is the statement given by NMC to the state authorities, that as per the new guideline, there is no incentive given to the in-service candidates. Now, the state authorities are replying to them that you don't have to teach me how to distribute the seat. We already have discussed this matter, and it's as per the court orders that how to distribute the seat to in-service candidates. Okay, and NB has no right to regulate this already decided pattern of distribution. In order to give the incentive, we are entitled to give them incentive in terms of percentage only, and there is no quota. NMC is saying that you have to give a particular quota to the in-service candidates, but it's not happening based on the quota system. It's happening based on the incentive systems. Okay, the candidates who completed 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years, or more than 3 years, will be getting the incentive bonus marks according to their number of years they served in particular areas. Okay, so in order to calculate the SML, okay, they need that normalized score. Now NMC is trying to pull the things back, that they won't be able to give the normalized score, and they have accepted this normalization process has been conducted, and it's a very complicated process. It's written that is very complicated process based on which the percentile and a score are arrived, and we won't be able to declare the score. Score means the normalized score, which is demanded by the state authorities, and they are saying that percentile and rank are enough for the admissions. It is enough for the admissions, but what about the in-service candidates? They are also like serving the country more than fresh candidates. Okay, the candidates who just qualified, completed MBBS. Okay, the candidates who are in service, they are serving the country. They have served the country more than just fresher. Okay, so they need to care about those in-service candidates also, and for that normalized score is required. Now there is cold war between NB plus NMC and the state authorities. Okay, because NMC is trying to intervene in the process of allocation of the seats or seat distribution, which is governed by High Court, and already rule is set up that they need to give the incentive score. Now there is another thought process given by NMC that you have to give a quota. How as of sudden the quota system will work for in-service candidates. Okay, so is the mistake done by the NB and government, that normalization process, without thinking much about the consequences of this pattern. Now it's big problem that how state authorities are going to calculate the state merit list for the in-service candidates. without having the normalized score. Because suppose there are 10 in-service candidates, and all the 10 in-service candidates would have taken the examination in different shift, first or second. So on which on how they will be able to calculate that SML? Okay, that's the problem. So this matter is going on. Okay, and one more update, that counseling is on hold due to the court case is there in the Supreme Court. Okay, the bunch of candidates who went to the Supreme Court initially, they didn't have that much belief or faith on this PIL, but as of sudden everything is governed by this PIL, and delay after delay is happening. Okay, so the candidates would be happy that it's taken on the serious note from their side, and Supreme Court Chief Justice CJI DY Chandrachud have also scolded the government of India and NB, because they have made a change in the pattern just 3 days before the examination. So it's not happening in the regular way, it's not happening in the planned way, it's not happening as it was mentioned in the prospectus, in the manuals. So the situation is very chaotic now. It's not all about the Supreme Court case. There is additional burden on the NMC and NB and MCC. Okay, because they have to give us some way out to the state authorities, because the state authorities already tried to calculate the final ranking based on the percentile, but they failed to calculate that because it's not reliable. Why it's not reliable? Because there are 2 shifts examination, so they can't rely on the particular score or particular percentile. Okay, there is no single percentile or there is no single score. There are 2 different types of a score, and NB doesn't want to disclose the score, because if they disclose the score, it will not also help out, because they will disclose the score in the shift 1 this candidate has got this much score, but in the same score the candidate who appeared in shift 2 would be having different ranking, which would be creating kind of confusion and creating more chaos. But the demand here is normalized score. It's a new thing that came up. Okay, and which is very much in demand. If you are giving normalization based on the rank, you are calculating normalized rank, you are calculating normalized percentile, then why not normalized score? How to give an incentive? That's the question. Okay, which is not solved so far. Back and forth communication going on. So time will tell whether it will be solved in the Supreme Court, in High Court, or how it will be solved, because there is a little bit of throwing of words between NMC and the state authority. Both are not in the sync, or not on the single platform. They are trying to teach each other parties the way to conduct the counseling, but they are adamant on their way of doing the counseling, and they are right at their point. I think state authorities have the right demand to ask for the normalized score, because the government of India and NB should have already thought about such issues coming up in the future, and considering how to solve it, they would have taken the approach of normalization. But they first did the mistake, as usually they do it, and now they are not able to solve it. So some way will be there. Okay, either it will go in the court again, there might be further delay, and last date as per the records, that 4th of October. Now it is listed on 25th of October. Okay, I think it's going to get more delayed from the Supreme Court, and other things are also there. So considering all these things, is the situation, it doesn't look in the right shape. Okay, and we will try to update you like how it's happening. These all things are not on the public domain. It's released and it's disclosed on the from the news media only. Okay, and we will share the updates. The headline here in National Board of Examination said it won't be able to declare the scores even after accepting that the normalization process has been conducted, based on which scores were arrived at. Okay, so NB is not taking any step further to solve the issue. So how the issue will be solved? Maybe in the court only. Okay, that might be the way out. So that's all from my side, and you can put your comment in the comment section. What might be the solution and all. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.